Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. EJ's dishonest move exposes Xander's pitch to Sarah. Tripp fails in China. Tate Black will be in shock now that the court has overturned his ruling and revoked Tate's bail, according to Days of Our Lives. Just when Tate thought he had reason to rejoice, his life came crumbling down all over again. Naturally, Teresa Donovan and Brady Black will demand explanations and express their indignation. It won't be long before EJ DiMera is revealed as the basis for the judge's unexpected reversal, which will truly irritate Brady. In fact, Brady will attempt to start a physical fight with EJ right there in the police station. Brady will have to be restrained before he escalates the situation with further allegations. Rafe Hernandez will argue with EJ about his vendetta, but EJ is determined to hold Tate accountable for what happened to Holly Jonas. Tate will have to await trial behind cells, and instead of being charged as a juvenile, EJ will make it plain that he will be tried as an adult. Tate will be afraid of his upcoming journey to Statesville, according to Days, but Brady and Teresa will strive to be strong for him despite their own worries. Teresa and Brady will watch as Tate is carried away to Statesville after a heartbreaking goodbye with his parents. In Friday's DOL episode, Alex Kyriakis will stand up to EJ, but it won't help. Regardless of what anyone else says, EJ regards Tate as a druggy loser and intends to hold him accountable for Holly's coma. On a happier note, Days spoilers predict that Xander Cook will be overjoyed with Sarah Horton's decision to spend the night. Sarah stayed to assist Victoria Horton Cook, strengthening her friendship with Xander in the process. As a result, Xander will request that Sarah move in permanently. It would make it much easier to raise Victoria together, as well as enabling Sarah and Xander to take the next love step forward. Sarah will finally accept the concept, so Xander will be thrilled with all the wonderful changes in his life. Wendy Shin will pack as she prepares to travel to China with Tripp Johnson, according to Other Days. Unfortunately, the plan to relocate to Hong Kong together will be derailed when Tripp brings some bad news. Tripp may not enjoy the concept of abandoning Holly in the middle of her lawsuit, which could be a factor in his decision to abandon Wendy. The main issue will most likely be Ava Vitale, as Tripp fears she is holding secrets and is in over her head with all the drug turmoil. Tripp simply cannot leave Salem at this time, so he will bid Wendy farewell, including some steamy time on the sofa. However, Tripp will be surprised to see Wendy remaining in town in the coming episodes, implying that she will rethink her plans as well. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, some significant surprises are in the works in Salem, so stay tuned. Clyde targeted Holly in order to get to EJ. The medicines Holly Jonas wounded herself with on Days of Our Lives were not what she believed she had. Clyde Weston, did he target Holly in order to get to EJ DiMera? Our Daily Lives on EJ Days of Our Lives, Clyde Weston never got his revenge. Clyde originally wanted EJ to be the one to smuggle his drugs through Salem using DiMera Enterprises, according to spoilers. When Ava Vitale discovered Susan Banks, she cost Clyde his leverage. Ava then assisted in getting Susan back to where she belonged, clearing her name and reconnecting her with her loved ones. Our Daily Lives, Clyde targeted Holly in order to get to EJ. Clyde, on the other hand, is displeased that he has to make Ava work for him, and he appears to be even more dissatisfied with Stefan DiMera. Clyde has already ensured that Gabby DiMera has a broken leg, but he still despises EJ and demands that he pay for shooting him. Could Clyde have targeted Holly in order to make EJ pay? DOL EJ DiMera could have killed Clyde on the day he shot Clyde to save Chad DiMera. Billy Flynn, EJ DiMera wanted to kill Clyde. However, the cops were summoned, and Clyde was rescued, only to land up back in prison. Clyde is back to his old tricks, running a drug network from within the prison and believing he is untouchable. After all, who is going to tell on him? Certainly not Ava and Stefan, his employees. Of course, Stefan turned to EJ, who refused to assist in getting Clyde taken care of. Could the poison tablets be handed to Holly to warn EJ not to get involved? Perhaps Clyde was the one behind Holly's weed purchase and made certain to look after her this time. Would Clyde target a teenager in order to exact revenge? Is Clyde to blame for the medicine change? Our Daily Lives targets of EJ DiMera, Stefan. EJ will go after his brother and give him what Holly has overdosed on for the time being. To be honest, Clyde wouldn't have been an issue if EJ had stepped in and assisted when Stefan requested. EJ only needed to tell the security team to do what Stefan wanted, he didn't need to know the specifics. EJ should have been desperate to get narcotics off the street. Is EJ's vengeance on Stefan and Gabby coming back to harm him since he refused to deal with Clyde? Will an innocent young girl perish because his brother's vengeance is more essential than dealing with a real threat? Xander proposes marriage to Sarah. The show Days of Our Lives teases Xander has a significant question for Sarah. Is she prepared for such a major step? The only way to know is to wait and see. Highlights from Days of Our Lives. Even on the best of days, Xander and Sarah are doing an excellent job of co-parenting. When they are separated from Victoria, they each miss her terribly. Perhaps they can do something about it. Xander has the solution. He invites Sarah to live with him so that they may both be present for their daughter. What better way to assure they both see her first milestones, like Sarah missing Victoria's first Christmas morning, spend all holidays together, and, most importantly, give their darling baby the two-parent household she deserves? Will Sarah say yes, pack her things, and jump? Punitive measures. On the drug front, EJ goes hard on Tate, so much so that his bail is withdrawn. He wants him imprisoned and terrified. Tate will, indeed, be terrified. This is a lot for a youngster who is innocent and merely confessed to save his father's life. Brady, Eric Martsolf, and Teresa, Emily O'Brien, do everything they can to calm and comfort their kid. Tate is going through one of the most scary periods of his life and requires all the help he can get. Is Tripp resigning? Expect Tripp to break the bad news to his girlfriend. Wendy, Victoria Grace, is packing her belongings to return to China. It's not something she's particularly enthused about, but she'll have Tripp at her side, right? Wrong. It appears like he will burst the bubble on that fantasy. In case you missed it, Soap Hub's very own in-house critic provides his succinct and passionate analysis of the previous week's Days of Our Lives. If you missed their most recent review, click here to catch up, and then provide your thoughts in the comments section. Turning point, family fight, and confession. Days of Our Lives notes that the drama in Salem will continue as the new year brings new strife. Highlights from Days of Our Lives. Someone's life takes a turn for the worst, two brothers clash, and a character confesses. What can fans expect from the concert on Wednesday? It's time to get started. DOL goes wrong, family fight, and confession. DOL Holly Jonas's prospects are bleak. DOL has revealed that Holly Jonas's prognosis will deteriorate. Unfortunately, Nicole Walker DiMera's emotional struggles will continue as she watches her daughter fight for her life. Will Holly survive all of this? Holly's recuperation is crucial, as is Tate Black's freedom. In terms of Nicole, new teasers indicate that Sloane Peterson Brady will realize she has a major problem on her hands in the form of Leo Stark's spending habits. What will she do to put a stop to this? Is there anything she can do at this point? Our Daily Lives Stefan DiMera vs EJ DiMera. Days predicts a major squabble between Stefan DiMera, Brandon Barish, and EJ DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel, across town. Read also Days of Our Lives Everett interrupts EJ and Stefan's argument, a scandalous scoop in the works?